Today, I think the importance of setting deadlines. It's really Elon Musk did it better, right? Because when he was giving those commencement speech saying when he and Kimball were trading, coding all night long, those 100 hours a day, a week, and showering YMCA and stuff and all. But one of the important things to do is to make things like when you start, you set the deadline, you don't pull back, because that's what brokers trying to do to make you feel formal. And then, as the Russian proverb, uh, it kind of goes like those who chase two rabbits end up catching for 1 or 2 or 3 extra 5% is not gonna. Of course, it's money and all. You can have to maximize, not leave money on the table and this and that and blah blah blah. It's really really important, but you should have to walk away from you on the table. It's really important to do, but you really have to read the scenario, right? Because it's like the poker game, poker hand. You have your hand, but what about the opponent? What if he's bluffing and then you lose, right? That's no surprise why Charlie was a really good poker player on when he was young at the army, just to entertain his mind, you know. And that's a really really tricky and catchy thing to do, and not to get lost. So when you decide, you decide. Okay, you can go back sometimes to be too far from what you expected. It's a huge substantial difference and so forth. But of course, you're not trying to be hasty and stuff. You try to analyze to get best outcome possible. But nevertheless, never there is this fine tuning. You want to get big by doing that, but all the buyers want to have a edge over the seller. Most of them because they have cash is queen, liquidity, and so forth. Most of those things end up happening, you know. But it's also important not to be fooled and not to be trapped on your own mind with greed, and because that's also a game, especially when you're dealing something that's kind of illiquid, because they market timing, market everything, then all the other things come into play, and it's not easy. And maybe one horse just goes by all set up once in lifetime, not all of the times it goes and repeats itself. And then maybe happened to me once or twice with the right woman, but I think twice maybe. I was kind of too immature. One was 15 years ago, and the other 12 years ago, approximately. All the others were just pure lust. None of them were what could develop in love and good relationship towards the future, to be a good mother, be your everything that you really look in a good woman. And that's really, really, really good benefactor for your own life. You know, we have to be really, really good at that. That's going to we 50% of our outcomes, and we have to be really good at doing that. also really important that we hit that one right, But just thinking out loud about having good deadlines. That is important. The sense of urgency. Although you can be a warrior in a garden and say, "Oh, I have all the time in the world," but sometimes the deadline and knowing that those differences that are the key and that we aim to have good outcomes and decisions. And that fine tune, when to know the difference, that's the catch. When to use one, when to use another, when to be really, really long patience, and really when to be aggressive, and decisiveness, and use well the deadlines.